I have some good news. And I have some bad news. The good news is for that gag, I had Coke Zero Vanilla Sugar back, which has been missing since the beginning of the Crush Card times in the US. The full calories been around, but I'm a zero sugar drinker. The bad news is, what's bad YouTube? And welcome to other regions besides the US looking like it's 1.5x about in price for the Rarity collection, and that's pretty concerning. I logistically don't know the reason. All I can do is speculate, like maybe everything's NA print and it has to go through shipping and customs. I just can't fathom exactly why though, because usually with Konami, when there's a difference, in product, usually it's the amount in a case. But right now it's looking like it's booster boxes, it's 12 booster box cases, and it's just up there in price, and it's up to the vendors to have to reveal this bad news. I've been nudged multiple times, like, Tier Zero's juicing, bro. Like, they're charging so much on the Rarity collection. Where else can I get it internationally? And it's not their fault. Like, they don't tell you on the UK website MSRP like they do on the US website here, and they're the ones kind of left to say, yeah, it's gonna be a bit more, and this is the best we can do even on early bird. So be aware, it's looking like 7.5 per pack, and that is pretty crazy to me. Again, though, when this debuted, I did think it could be like $10 a pack, and I was pretty happy to see $4.99 for 2 new rarities. But if you're international, understandable, sticker shock versus what you already saw from US prices is going to leave a bit of a bad taste in your mouth. Go to What's Good 5 for 5% off and to support the channel directly. Of course, we'll make it a little cheaper, but I've already heard tons of people trying to figure out how they're going to port it internationally. There's going to be a lot of customs declared value, that kind of stuff that people are going to get a culture shock on if they haven't shipped internationally before, so be aware of that. But yeah, big 3 deals at 900, code What's Good 5 for 5% off and to support the channel directly. Gamer's choice. You got to remember, MSRP is still up for this set versus the normal sets, but it is a whole lot more if you're not in the US. So the US is staying winning for now, and half of my audience is international, so let me know what it is in your region when you find out, because I'm hearing this for a lot of other places right now. Another change to the set also is early on it said ultra rare, prismatic ultra rare. They now do say ultimate rare on the official pages, so that is going to actually terminology wise also compete with OTS ultimate rares. It looks like Konami's not like that concerned over the term prismatic. I guess whatever adds prismatic to it, because they're calling everything prismatic. I don't know if that's just that's the OCG version, prismatic, but they're calling pretty much everything prismatic, but updated it to ultimate rare. So one thing that I have seen in groups is people bailing on Dark Laws. It's a lot slower on TCG Player, but it's still noticeable. They're listed here near mint around 400. When it was starting to trail back up, heroes were getting a little hype, people were spending on it again, and now there's going to be another ultimate rare Dark Law if it is a 1-for-1 port from the OCG Rarity collection for the 25th. Again, Konami can do what Konami wants. The list could change a lot, but many people are speculating it's going to be 1-for-1, and Dark Law would be one of the cards from the 25th in the OCG. I'm seeing them for 350 in the groups. I'm hearing of people selling them locally, so a lot of people bailing on those high-end cards. And you can say, oh, this will be oh so much rarer this way or that way, but I do want to point out once again, once a card falls out of mainstream use and is just collectible to a degree, Utopia was up there towards 500, skyrocketing. There were so many even pulled in the hunts for 10,000 dragons, and then it got a collector rare, an ultimate rare, other versions. All of them are sitting really low to where they're almost like, too cheap for what it is to Yu-Gi-Oh! But people kind of disagree on the looks, that kind of thing. But when you get a mid-max rarity, it can hurt the max rarity long-term even sometimes. Be aware of that. Going on into Battles of Legend, Lubellion Quarter Century Secret Rare is spiking as the rest falls out really fast. I did think that it wouldn't be a reprint Starlight that would take the top of the set, and here we are with Lubellion taking the charge, and you also have Sky Striker, Mobilize, Engage, Alter Art starting to kind of creep up as Zeus falls out, Masquerena falls out, and these two are in charge. Again, there's more of these pulled per case, so the junk ones are going to add value to the set and fall out in price at the same time. But you're looking at individually, since there's only 3 per case and 25 different ones, opening over 8 cases to see one of each mathematically on average. So stuff like Lubellion for max rarity branded, where people already spend a ton of money on it, it makes a ton of sense that it's starting to take over the set. And I really think Synchro decks will be taking off later. Assault Synchron, the regular version, was not shorted. People are getting it pretty easily, so that fell out. But the quarter century rare still towards the top of them, but just not that crazy value you would expect from like Battles of Legend when it's about 1 per case, just under, where you're seeing, you know, triple the amount. And the top desired ones initially are reprints of Starlight, so similar mid-max. The ones that are truly max are starting to shine, like Bestial Lubellion for now. Punk is going up in price, and we're kind of scratching our heads in the Discord till somebody pointed out, well, you know, all the Punk cards got reprints of Gold Pride. It makes sense that it's going to go up when Punk is easier access. I think I said that right, but I might not have. Basically, Gold Pride cards, they're spiking, and it's probably due to the Punk reprints that go well with the deck. So here you see it look like a little baby bump, except that's a $3 bump, and it's actually more towards a $5 bump up in price for $14 to $15 for better luck next time. Also, Gold Pride Leon was selling for $8 to $9. Now the lowest listings are around $11, and it quickly goes up towards $12. So people are going for pieces of this deck, and you can see super turbulence in Psychic and Punisher over the last 3 months as an option. It is from Defo, so it is a Megaton candidate, and as people, you know, close up their decks for the WCQ, well, cards like this will probably start to fall back out in price towards reprint season, unless there's crazy YCSs or events announced that aren't named Worlds, where only, you know, so many competitors are going to be in there. Tuning, speaking of the synchro stuff, is going up for the ultra rare a very good amount. Starstrike Blast always striking back within the market, it feels like, so be aware that tons of light plays along the way, but near mints are towards $15 now, and the ultimate rare completely haywire, well, there's only first editions, right, are towards $150 plus right now, and that's versus the old market price of $88. And you can see here people are starting to even buy light plays around $80. Near mint sold the playset at $165 each and $150. It's gone pretty wild, and people are really banking on this deck being good. Chaos Emperor Dragon of Armageddon, you know, the typical Dragon Link WCQ metagame where people bring it back once again, and it's probably going to top get representation because it's pretty good every single year. It's how it happens. But Chaos Emperor Dragon is mad up in price. The Battles of Legend putting prize cards in it back in the day, and you see it's around $69.69 nice before it's $72 plus. So really just up versus how it had fallen back out towards $60-ish. Spiritual Water Art Aoi, it got some representation in Sky Strikers, where you're able to tribute Shizuku and do some crazy things during the YCS. So it is up here in price. The super rares going out for crazy meta moments. Be aware of that. Hand rips, always kind of welcome by duels. Ghost Meets a Girl, Masterful Mayakashi, Shiranui Saga. Remember how overhyped this got on reveal, myself included? I thought it would be absurd. You tribute a Mayakashi or Shiranui Synchro or Link monster. Neither player can special summon monsters from the hand, deck, or extra deck for the rest of this turn. Wow. Oh man, lingering floodgate. Well, apparently this is finally seeing some things in the OCG. It's a bit of a penny stock right now, so do be aware this has fallen way, way below any kind of hype it ever had out of Mavens, and since it is exclusive to that set and Mavens has gone up in price over time, it might be something you want to get sooner than later if you are considering. It seems like you're able to basically use Beatrice, do some things, get it out easier, that kind of stuff. So do be aware. Also, the only non-gold Beatrice is very, very cheap. This card always gets talked about during the ban list times whenever it is present, and I do like the original gold rare. I'll say it. I think it looks great on Xyz cards. If you're double sleeving, the new gold rare is not so bad, but the sparkle on the premium gold, infinite gold version, I'm actually a fan of. If this got a regular secret, I'd probably take that over all of them, but it doesn't have one. And finally, a little bit of Edison stuff. Avenging Knight Parshat is way up in price over time. I've already talked about this one a little within the Discord and people going back and forth, but yeah, Edison prices so crazy, and I'm going to continue to include the cards on Market Watch and look them up. I actually remember this like coming out and being a big deal within Synchros as an option, but crazy that even the common, because it's a 5Ds legendary collection where the commons are harder to get than the holos, a sneak peek super, and a secret rare art's only printing. So if you want access to this old card, you're paying a good bit for it. Thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Hopefully you find a way to get the Rarity collection at a price you would like, but it is, again, so wild to me to hear that there's a difference in product without a difference in structure to product. Hopefully, like Hopium, bring back the 36-pack boxes, do something different with this to be charging extra, but it doesn't sound like that currently. Product subject to change, right, Konami? Come on now.